Hello everyone, and welcome back to Gatekeeper Media as we continue to bring you coverage of the 2022 CCR Open out in Holt, Michigan, fueled by Great Lakes Disc and Discraft. We appreciate you all for tuning in, and of course a special thank you to our Patreon supporters who help make all this coverage possible. We are still at Burchfield Park, but we're at a new course this time around at Riverside. I am Dustin Mouret, once again bringing the commentary with Nick Hanson. How's it going, sir?
Going great. It's a different course today. It's going to be a little tighter, a little more woods, and excited to see these players take it on.
Yeah, all new faces except for Chandler Fry for our lead card here for round 2. And so we'll jump right into how things are looking on the leaderboard. Clay Edwards and Luke Taylor, the two that found double digits on our opening round, with Michael Johansen jumping up there next to Chandler Fry in the top 4. And we'll start off with Clay Edwards, who will be leading things here, playing for Castaplas, uses the Rico and the Berg, also likes the Yarn and Cax, and then of course we will see some Grims, Lots, but also has some Destroyers, Emperors, and Race for some of the distance drivers as well.
Luke Taylor's bag up next, a Discraft sponsored player. He's going to be putting the Roach. He's going to be throwing the Luna in the zone. We'll see the Buzzes. We'll also see the Undertaker, Raptor, and got a him.
And our next Discraft player, a man that needs really no introduction, a veteran of the sport, Michael Johansen, using the ringers and bangers for putting. Obviously very well known for his Comets, has many of them. Also likes to throw the Mantis. And the Scorch has been kind of a new distance driver from Discraft he likes to throw this year.
And last, we have Chandler Fry, also sponsored by Discraft, putting the Challenger OS, throwing the Buzzes, Comet. We're going to see the Force, the Surge, Adventure SS, and also the Passion quite a bit, I would say, today.
Absolutely. Like you said, a tighter course as we head up to hole 1 with a pretty tight gap at the front of the tee.
Yeah, hole 1 is 314 feet, par 3. It's going to be a little bit uphill. The only OB is really going to be right off the tee to the left there with that sidewalk. If players can get a good shot to hit on the green and stick, we'll have a good look at birdie.
Lead card, leading us off, shooting a course record 11 down in round 1, Clay Edwards.
And first on the box is going to be our leader, Clay Edwards, out of Charlotte, North Carolina. We did see him place 13th at the Charlie Vettner Open on our coverage earlier this year. He's also 21st at Waco, 26th at the Open in Tallahassee, and 34th at Idlewild. He has 11 career wins in MPO since starting playing pro in 2018. And just to play the straight backhand up the middle. Oh.
Yeah, really it's just getting through this gap and then kind of just letting it fly, but as you can see, it's nervy on this first tee box to hit this gap.
And now we got a young gun up here. It's going to be Luke Taylor out of Shepherd, Michigan. He was actually our 2021 Junior World Champion for the MJ15 division. So probably only around 16 years old or so at this point, and already has 5 wins in NPO since starting playing pro the second half of 2021. He was actually 11th at Preserve this year, so already doing some work on the Disc Golf Pro Tour at a young age.
Looks like he's going to get an unfortunate skip,
Being
and
third
it's going to
with
be
a
tough to
9
run putt
down
roll
in
there.
round 1, Michael Johansen.
And now we got Michael Johansen, really just a legend in the sport at this point. Has been playing pro since probably before this, but been a member of the PGA since 2002, excuse me. And already has 160 wins in MPO.
And rounding
Could
out
be
our
just
card
outside
with
circle
an 8
there.
down in round 1, the Chanimal, Chandler Fry.
Now we have the return of the Chanimal, who is our winner of the CCR Open in 2021. Also having a pretty good year so far on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Came 5th at the OTB Open, 7th at Masters Cup, 14th at Champions Cup, our first major of the year, and has had several other top 25 finishes on the Disc Golf Pro Tour.
Oh, there's a great shot to land about even with the basket and probably just inside the circle.
Yeah, great looking position for sure as we see Clay Edwards here trying to recover after going a bit amiss off the tee. Going to roll just outside the circle. Now a long bid here for Luke Taylor.
Smart play by him just to pitch up with that hill.
Absolutely.
Get that basket, you can really roll away quite a ways.
Makes perfect sense. Clay may have been given that kind of a softer bid, wanting to maybe recover after the tee shot, but we'll just kind of settle near the pin. Ooh, Johansen catches some metal, but at least it lays down for him.
So this hole actually played as one of the harder holes on the course today. Tied for the hardest at .16 over par.
Yeah, it's definitely a nervy first hole to kick off this course. You know, tight gap off the tee, decent distance, uphill, a slope you have to contend with if your putt misses. It can definitely throw a lot of different wrenches at you, but Chandler Fry will be able to card the birdie, and Clay Edwards will have to settle for bogey, the rest taking the par as we head on to hole number 2 here, a 671-foot par 4.
Yeah, so downhill, right out of the gate there, players are really going to just try and get past this bridge somewhere to then have, you know, about a 250-foot upshot. The green is going to slope away on both sides, but there's plenty of landing room up there for a putter to land softly and get your birdie.
And again, just a really beautiful hole. That's really been kind of something I've noticed with this Burchfield Park and these courses here is just really good aesthetics. So it gets kind of away from Chandler over there on the left-hand side, but may still have a way to pitch up.
Yeah, he's going to be quite a bit left, but he should have quite an open hyzer line to the basket.
This is a nice drifting, slow turn here from Luke Taylor. Gets way down there.
And, you know, for me, that's exactly what you want. So it's just a nice, easy putter hyzer.
So it turned a little more over for Johansen and kind of even gets a nasty roll backwards towards the bridge, but still out in the open center cut. And man, I thought that was going to eventually stable out for him, but it just stays out there, and that is OB.
Unfortunate start for him early. I think he's going to be outside circle one there for his birdie putt.
On a line the whole time, though, man. That was just a laser beam towards the pin. Very accurate, but like you said, a bit short. Recovery shot here for Edwards is going to blow well past the circle and almost found the deep OB.
Yeah, you don't really find that OB deep, but there you have it. He was a lot further up the fairway than I thought he was. Looked like he almost had like a low ceiling shot that he had to throw because of those trees.
Yeah, it seemed like he managed it pretty well. And speaking of, we see a great upshot there from Luke Taylor. Puts him right near the bullseye. Should be tap-in birdie for him. Johansen is pitches up for the par. And a long bid here for Chandler Fry to try to grab his birdie. Little stepper and catches the left side, but does not stay.
I feel like these baskets haven't been the nicest to us this weekend on jump putts.
Now, if you haven't seen the first round, I know that Andrew Marweed was having some real unfortunate chain outs and spit outs throughout the day.
And I feel like it's like that top ring that causes the issue.
Yeah, could be.
It's like high enough where if you hit it perfect, it'll like kick you out a little farther, and the rim's not high enough to catch it at that point. Round hole 3, 320-foot par 3. It's going to be a flex shot here. You're going to want to start the disc on the right, move a little left, and then if you can get to these trees and have it skip, you're going to skip right to the basket and have a circle one putt.
I'm no surprise to see Luke Taylor going for the forehand here. Shapes perfectly for it. It does seem to get caught up just at the end.
Yeah, this one's one of the ones that's pretty easy to get caught up, I would say.
Yeah, there seems to be a clear gap straight ahead, but after that, lots of different guardian trees line the fairway. As Chandler Fry will also catch one, and Obviously, Michael Johansen known for these backhand serves. I believe that's a sting in his hand, a very understable fairway driver.
His ability to throw the disc straight is going to come in handy today.
Yeah, I mean, that is really what he's kind of, built his name on, is just being that smooth woods player out of North Carolina that really good at shaping the disc through these lines.
They really flexing that one. Just going to get caught up as well.
So a lot of scrambling going to have to happen here for our lead card. Chandler Fry up first. Gets out there.
A little short, probably maybe an outside circle one there.
Could be. His stepper has been pretty on point so far this event, so still might have a look at it. Luke Taylor won't have to work too hard for his par. Pitching that up nicely.
They giving it a good bid there, but just a little short.
And Chandler Fry going to look to go for the stepper here. Looks like he maybe kind of messed up his footing a little bit on that. And Johansen had the best look of all, but will also come up short of the putt. So just some par cleanups here for the lead card in hole 3. And oh, Chandler Fry finds the top band.
Top card having some putting woes out the gate.
Clay Edwards will card the par. Everyone else will, other than Chandler, who will be taking the bogey after a couple of stumbles on this one. But still early days here on round number 2, and we'll be back to cover the rest after a short break.
Great Lakes Disc, located in Grand Rapids, Michigan, is a fully stocked retail disc golf store that fulfills all of your disc golf needs. We carry all of the major manufacturers, accessories, and offer player and event sponsorship, along with tournament payout assistance. To learn more about Great Lakes Disc, visit greatlakesdisc.com.
All right, we're here at hole number 4. 276 feet, par 3. This hole is actually a little bit uphill, and then you're going to find the basket is almost kind of like in a half pipe of dirt on both sides of it here. And if you can get in there, it's going to slide right to the basket.
Yeah, definitely a very interesting shaped green for this hole. And also a narrow corridor you got to navigate through to get to it. So looks like this forehand came out a little late. We'll get caught up on the right-hand side. Nice, smooth, slow turn. That is a Michael Johansen shot if you ever seen one.
He's going to be happy about that one.
Yeah, well within the circle to grab birdie. Be his first of the round. No, he's looking for it. Ooh. Good looking line there as well from Mr. Edwards. Definitely what the doctor ordered for him. I know he's had a bit of a slower start than he was hoping for.
That was the wrong comment.
Getting caught up early. Chandler Fry now just trying to scramble to save par. It's going to give him... Go ahead.
There's going to be a lot of scrambling we'll see today on this course. As you can see, it's a lot more wooded than the course we had yesterday, so
absolutely
very different play style.
Which I don't mind. Oh.
Goodness.
Yeah, I kind of like a tournament if you're going to have two courses where they're kind of both a little bit different, have their own identity, and kind of gives you some added challenges. Chandler Fry going to come up short on that putt as well, just a little bit too right. Oh. Just kind of pulled that one. And Johansen comes up short. This is so... Something feels off. Like, everyone's struggling to get a putt to go. I don't know, man. Something in the air, I guess.
That one should have stuck, though, I feel like.
Man.
Oh, it's tough to watch sometimes on these baskets. Yeah, all baskets spit the disc out, but, man, it's hard to watch sometimes.
Yeah, of course, Johansen's is a little low. So, yeah, just a little off. As Edwards will at least be able to walk away with the par. Same for Luke. And Johansen will be able to tap in the par as well here.
We're on to hole 5. Downhill, 236-foot par 3. You're going to have like an OB, dry lake kind of thing on the left there. The green is going to be kind of sloped down on both sides, so you really just want to get it to the base of the slope and have a little uphill putt for your birdie.
Yeah, tricky hole because obviously you want to avoid the OB left, but if you fade out too much on this forehand, you wind up with a pretty tough uphill putt.
Why are you trying to be so dope?
And that's going to be in the rough for Taylor.
Yeah, those overhanging trees, it's easy to get caught up in and kind of push you into the right into the cabbage like that did.
Same disc as the previous tee shot here for Johansen, probably a comment of some sort.
That looked pretty good. I think he'll be inside the circle with that one.
His forehand looked good out the hand. And yeah,
with
stays
that
in
higher
there.
route, and puts him on the back side there inside the circle.
Now, let's see if Chandler Fry here can start the course correct. Not too shabby. You turned a little more than you wanted, but we'll have a look. This looks treacherous for Taylor.
Our play. Just get it to that hill, get your 3, and get out of here. No need to run that one.
Yeah, again, quite young, but making the experienced calls.
Sit down now.
It did settle pretty quick. Didn't get too out of control, but still a tester to save par. And this time, Johansen will find the chains. And he is happy about that.
He's like, finally a birdie.
Chandler here, well within the circle, a little uphill, but clean look. And that'll do.
Good putt, Clay. Good bounce back for Chandler after those last 2 holes to get the birdie on this one.
Yeah, don't want that
Really wanna
trajectory to
be-
start going the wrong direction and did settle it.
So we're on to hole 6, 482-foot par 4. About halfway up the fairway, it's going to go significantly uphill. It's going to flatten out once you get back to the green here. You've got a lot of options off the tee, just depending on how much you want to bite off. But then it's really all about the second shot.
Just a dead straight flight here, pretty much for Johansen. Nice and out in the open. Like you said, just kind of putting yourself on a dance floor to give yourself a look on the second shot's the priority.
Come on. Right out. Damn it. You alright? Bad.
That's unfortunate. This hole today is playing as actually the easiest hole on the course.
Yeah, with it being a par 4 at this distance, you feel like as long as you just don't get caught up on that right-hand side or fade out too much, you should be good to go for birdie. Just seemed like for Chandler Fry, either the wind got a hold of it or just turned it over a little too much. But everybody else doing their job just fine.
Yeah, I think the best is just flat to high. there and then just attack from there.
Yeah, going to be a tricky little scramble here from Chandler Fry. We saw him pull off one like this, I think, on hole 2 yesterday on the other course.
It's tough to tell from that angle, but that looked perfect.
Yeah, looked like he did about the best he could. And yeah, you can see it's right there. So a really good scramble from Chandler Fry, and Johansen's also put it right there for birdie as well.
Play putting it in the bullseye. Nice little sidearm approach there.
It seems like we might have a shot at a star frame here. Which, oh, maybe a little extra on that one. Oh, man.
There we go, Chandler, 2 in a row.
And back-to-back will get him back to even, so he can start working on maintaining position on the leaderboard. There's Luke Taylor. So I think we might just do it, man. I think we might be seeing an all-birdie affair here on hole 6, as all that's left is for Clay Edwards just to tap this one in.
I think so, and looking at the stats here, the entire MPO field, there actually wasn't a bogey today. Hole 7 here, 272 feet, par 3. Once you can get past this gap here, you're going to need to have the disc start to move right. It's also going to be a little downhill. With OB on the backside, it can be a little tricky if you come out of the gap too hot, but nice easy putter mid-range, they should get right in the circle.
Oh, and it looked like maybe a little early release there from Johansen, so that will get caught up on that left-hand side.
What a great anti-skip.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was
for.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? We'll give him benefit of the doubt. I was about to say the same thing. I don't know if that was the intention, but hey, it worked.
Nice shot. Let's go.
You know, however, the next hole, that is the shot. But this hole, I'm not sure. And that shot's pretty good there as well. He's going to be down the open, probably just outside of circle for a birdie putt.
It's one of those things where that might be just the way you feel more comfortable hitting the gap, but obviously going too far right can leave you a longer putt, but still edge of circle and saves you from that potential.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's going to be hung up in circle 2 also, but might not have even a look.
Johansen scrambles pretty well considering the situation he was in. And yeah, looks like there's a little spot here for a pitch up to save par. Indeed.
Yeah. Forced to throw that step out turnover out of, or sidearm out of there.
Oh. Tickling some chains, Johansen from deep in circle 2. Here's about a 35-footer for Luke Taylor. Try to grab the birdie. Cash.
That was a great stroke there.
Yeah, back-to-back birdies. Puts him at 3 under through 7. Keeping himself towards the top end of the leaderboard here. Chandler Fry will also find the score. And Edwards and Johansen, just a couple of tap-ins for par. That is
Yeah,
a
you know, these
large
shorter
dog.
but
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh yeah, that is a large dog back there. But some of these shorter but technical holes, they'll really get to the mental game. And we're on to hole 8 here, another 240-foot hole. This one is going to be pretty straight, but as soon as you get to the green, it's going to drop significantly downhill. Personally, I'm throwing a skip shot that hits about the middle of the fairway and skips to the green. But really kind of a tough angle, I would say.
Personally, I would be throwing a disc straight into those trees on the left-hand side of the fairway. that's Taylor able to make some progress up the fairway there and does have a little downhill putt at the pin, so that's something to work with.
Well, he's going to have a nice shot to get right to the top of the hill, probably about circle's edge putt.
How far of a decline is that to putt at that? Looks challenging.
I would say if you're down at the bottom, the basket's above your head.
Man.
Oh, what a shot.
So much dirt.
Chandler's scramble game is on point today, though.
Yeah, it was yesterday as well. So at the very least, you know, not taking any more damage. As Luke Taylor gives that one a good bid. Definitely a tricky lie.
Clay, banging a circle edge putt there. That's got to feel good.
Yeah, I mean, I know that a couple of holes ago you had a couple of putts that were pulling a little right, and now he's definitely tuned it back and has been hitting dead center a couple times in a row here, so good to see. See Chandler able to set the
birdies
par.
on this hole today, but it still played over par at .04 over.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely one of those holes that you can either get caught up early and wind up bogeying that way if you can't get the scramble, or you could deal with the tricky elevated putt or something like that. So not surprised to see that it would score difficult.
Yeah, just go for the skip. Just play for the skip.
And we're on to hole number 9, 551-foot par 4. The initial tee shot is going to be a left-to-right moving shot to about here, maybe pushing a little farther forward if you're throwing a driver. But then just navigating your upshot to the green is really going to be the tricky part, so that way you can get a look for 3.
Oh, beautiful turnover here from Clay Edwards right through the gap.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that one looked really good. I'm curious to see if it kind of faded out at the end, and if it did, he's going to have a nice, probably about 200-foot upshot from there.
Johansen finding the gap as well here, but a little high. Catches that one branch on the ceiling.
Looks like Chandler's going to catch a little bit too and end up fading out early.
Ooh, Luke Taylor dancing with that right-hand side, but does get through, and actually looks like he got a great bounce there.
Yeah, nice kick to a good spot in the fairway, looks like.
I mean,
And that's going to be pretty darn good. That might even be in circle too.
yeah, I mean, considering where he was, I think that's about the best he could have hoped for. That was really well executed.
Oh, that looks so good out of the hand. Knocked down early. He'll probably be at the backside of circle too.
Man, with a great tee shot. Edwards does have a clean path to the pin,
Turn.
but it's just a little high out of the hand. It's going to get caught up because of that. Ooh.
He must have got caught up.
Yeah, he did. Great shot from Johansen to at least get up to the pin to save the par.
Run from Clay, looked like.
Yeah, seemed like a attempt there. Chandler Fry also trying to give that one a go. Taylor with probably about a 50, 60 footer. Will come up just short.
That seemed effortless for him there.
Yeah, it's always nice when you can putt from that far away without really having to change much about your putt. I mean, obviously when you start stepping and jumping, you're adding variables. You have to hit right, and it's nice to be able to have that potential where you can kind of just keep everything normal.
Yeah, it's what we all strive for.
It's a great putt there from Edwards to save par, and looks like we should be seeing everyone else do roughly the same, as this was taking place on National Disc Golf Day. So I hope that you all out there tuning in had a good day for National Disc Golf Day. Maybe let us know in the comments below how you spent your National Disc Golf Day. Where did you play? How did you do? Did you have fun? You know, things of that
Did you
nature.
get any aces?
Yeah. That would be pretty
Always
cool.
curious
That would be cool to nail it on National Disc Golf Day. That would be quite the combo, as we do wrap up our front nine here. 3 under from Luke Taylor while keeping a clean card. And everyone else is kind of in a very similar grouping here. Not too much separation thus far. Just take a look at the overall leaderboard. We can see that a couple of players kind of jump up to 16 and 15 under par to get to the top end, but certainly everyone here on our lead card is still in the mix. And we definitely appreciate you all for tuning in. We hope that you'll follow and subscribe so you can catch the rest of the CCR Open coverage. Back 9 should be out soon, as well as our coverage for the rest of the event. And of course, Gatekeeper will be doing coverage all year long for the Disc Golf Pro Tour and some other events as well. So again, check that all out. Thanks to our Patreon supporters who help make this all possible. And I'm Dustin Mouret, with me has been Nick Hanson.
Thanks for having me. We'll see you on the back nine.